Welcome to another exciting episode of The Breakpoint Show, the only show in Mzansi that showcases the best of local tennis and also shines a spotlight on South Africa's current and emerging tennis stars. South Africa's quad wheelchair tennis team brought home a silver medal from the 2022 BNP Paribas World Team Cup. This after losing to top seeds Netherlands 2-0 in the Quad World Group Final out in Portugal.
Regarding the preparations for the BNP Paribas World Team Cup, we didn't do much simply because, players have their own programs with their individual coaches. But in terms of fitness and all that, I believe because our players are on their own programs, they've been doing their work, and to me, they were ready.
Training are not really good because the Hopola Neketa 3 times mo Pitori to practice from Limpopo, and then look high na go na low practice. But there to mo nearly shock at Tawazarina cost.
Collectively as a team, I think what we worked on was to go there not just to represent, but to show the world what we can do. As a South African quads team, we worked on a lot of things. We tried to improve the ranking of South Africa as a whole for quad team. So I think we did our best, and the results took themselves where they are, and so we were happy about the results.
We looked at the countries that are going to be there, and then we compared ourselves with them. Like we always did discuss this kind of things as a group. So yeah, I can't say I did tell them, I did advise them on whatever, because Lucas has been around the game for so long. He has a lot of experience and all that. So we always share opinions among us together.
The main focus was to say, let them play their own game and never be frustrated of what you think you can do better at that moment. Do what you can do at your level best, and the result will come out, because I know immediately tell a player to enjoy the match, they open up and be themselves and do the best.
Former world number 2 Lucas Sithole and South Africa's number 1 Donald Rampardi took on the best in the world in the form of world number 1 Niels Vink and world number 2 Sam Schroeder, respectively.
Match war na one nearly against Japan. Retomile rnale that thing ya gore ish corner thoma mara ipojanthe wa or no e tlamile re push cause match wa mathomo kona o botlhokwa, and then re kgone pusha until re win a match over 2-1.
For me, it was a big match for my comeback since I was out of the picture for so long, and it was a good challenge for me. It was a good challenge, and I think I worked on my shots, and I think everything worked on that day. Even though it took I played for 3 hours, 3 sets, but I'm happy with the results that I got.
When I played Vink, the first set, I lost the first set 7-6. I mean 6-7. So I was very close to take the set, and Vink is world number 1. So I've learned a lot about the way he plays and all that, and I believe next time I'm gonna do better.
The other one which was challenging was the Japanese tie, whereby we nearly lost that tie. It was very close, very close. At some point we had to play a deciding doubles 10-point, and then we won very close to that. So that was really a challenging one, because obviously for us to play the doubles, it was 1-1 with the singles, and then we had to play the doubles as a decider. So that was very tough. But as I'm saying, at some point we were 5-1 down. And then just reminding the players that remember why we're here. And we all knew that losing that match, it was going to be difficult to be number 2 and get the silver. That was the toughest match in the tournament itself. Mentally, if the guys were not strong, they wouldn't come back from 5-1. And again, physically, if they were not ready, they wouldn't make it. And, knowing the reason why they were there, from 5-1, they gave it all. They knew that this is our last match that is tough like this. And this is a way to the silver medal where we want to be.
Winning was indeed part of the plan, as they became the first African team to reach the World Team Cup final and ended with a silver medal. The quad was awarded the Team of the Year award at the ITF's flagship wheelchair tennis team event.
Oh yes, winning, yes, was part of the plan. We said, guys, we need to push harder than what we did last time. Because last time we got bronze, so this time we got silver. So, we're going step by step. Maybe next year we're going for gold for sure.
No, we nagare na watsa e bile le thabo le legolo wa tseo. Ya gore le rena re thabile le no and mara ke ntwe ntse re puditse gore tla pusha until re fihlella yona winning ya rena.
We're gonna go back and work hard. We're just hoping that we can get some funding around South Africa just to get our Lucas and Danny to practice and have some tournaments, because that's the problem that we're having right now. Within the group, I'm the one who's traveling a lot right now, and they don't have that opportunity right now because of funding and whatever. So if we can find someone to help so that they can go back on court and go and compete again, I think next year we're going to do better if we can get that.
The BNP Paribas World Team Cup was Sithola's first competitive tournament after his 2-year ban for breaching anti-doping rules. He had to start from scratch and make his way up the rankings again, and that was his biggest motivation, and it played a major role in assisting him and the team to bring the silver medal home.
There's no one who's perfect, we all make mistakes and we all learn from our mistakes, So all I can say is that what kept me going was that I never give up. I'm not that type of a person who likes to give up, So I'm gonna try to keep going, even though it's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna keep going.
This is the most prestigious team event on the ITF's wheelchair tennis calendar. And seeing Team South Africa finish second, we are pleased to see the team's continued growth, and like what the coach said, and I quote, "What will stop us from a podium finish at any major event?" It's now time for a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Breakpoint. So, an exciting announcement. Wiphold has renewed sponsorship for women's tennis in South Africa. As part of a new 12-month agreement, which expands on a successful partnership which launched in 2018, Wiphold will continue to provide financial assistance as well as support to female tennis players. Wiphold's commitment in supporting and promoting women's tennis is a big step in growing women's tennis in the country.
We had a very clear vision of empowering women in South Africa and the youth. And to that extent, we always decided that our reach out will always be towards women in the urban areas, in the peri-urban areas, as well as in rural areas.
Our relationship with Tennis SA dates back a few years now. We went into this because we felt it was very important to support sport, specifically tennis, and to support the young women coming up in sport. Academics is not the only route to a successful life. So we try to be broad. Yes, we have bursaries for achieving academics, but the sports side is also important. And so we want women in this country, especially from disadvantaged backgrounds, to have a chance at making it where there is talent.
Children must be given the opportunity to choose what they are best suited to be, where their talent is. 4 or 5 of the girls that we have sponsored, they got scholarships. They are now in universities in the US and still pursuing their dream of becoming champions.
We are proud with each and every instance where this happens. It's really why we do what we do in supporting Tennis SA.
Our expectation would be those that we have supported, they should also at one point in time in their lives come back to give back. It's a two-way stream. You get to be supported, and once you achieve your dream, also do look back at those who need to be supported.
The proudly black woman-owned investment company will back a traveling squad of female players from under 14 to under 18 age groups who will play selected junior ITF events in Africa, as well as a high-performance squad which will act as a feeder squad for the national Billie Jean Cup team. Kevin Anderson's career is nothing short of history-making. The 35-year-old South African who turned professional in 2005 was the runner-up to Rafael Nadal in the US Open in 2017 at number 32 at the time. Anderson was the lowest-ranked finalist in the tournament's history and was also runner-up to Novak Djokovic in Wimbledon in the year 2018. His highest ATP ranking came in the year 2018 when he peaked at number 5, and during his professional career, Anderson managed to win 7 titles. After 30 years of playing phenomenal tennis, Kevin Anderson hangs up his racket.
I think for many months I was continuing to keep playing, even though I felt that looking back at it in hindsight, I think that my sheer passion and determination wasn't maybe quite there as it had been for the rest of my life. But given my strength to keep working hard, putting my head down, keep fighting, I didn't acknowledge any of those feelings. So eventually when I did, after Miami this year, and I just allowed myself to ask the question, like, okay, maybe there is something after tennis. I was kind of like hit with a few emotions and feelings, and I think I realized that that had been sort of a slow progression over the last sort of several months. I mean, it's been a tough couple of years for me. I've had multiple knee surgeries, but not just physically, mentally, emotionally. It's, for the first time, everything felt like a huge sacrifice and a lot of work. And up until that point, it was something that I loved doing. So, but I mean, looking back, hearing you read some of the, my accomplishments through my career makes me very proud. I've given my life to tennis since I was 5 years old, and it's given me so much, and now I'm actually looking forward, and I'm excited to start living out the next chapter of my life now.
Anderson said, and I quote, "Tennis carried me far beyond my roots in Johannesburg, South Africa, and truly gave me the world," unquote. And for that, we are grateful to the son of the soil for the great job that you have done by being an ambassador for this beautiful rainbow nation of ours. Game, set, match. It's now time for a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Breakpoint. It's always exciting to catch up with the new breed of tennis players in the country. That's exactly why we caught up with the young and talented Durban-born Simphiwe Ngwenya. At grade 5, he received a bursary to study at the Durban Preparatory High School, thanks to the hard work of his coach Emmanuel Ngema, who introduced tennis to townships in and around Durban.
The day I realized I like tennis is the day I saw good players, so I was like, then I started falling in love with the game, so that's when I started loving tennis. I started with one of my friends from my local, and he came to me and said, let's go try the sport out. So that's when I joined this ATA program, so I started falling in love with the game and coach. I think he's a hard-working coach. He wants to get everything done by his word, so I think he's a very good coach.
Istyle sakho is professional style. Ngambone semncane. Ngiyakhumbula nje ena 8 years ngangizoyenza course lana ye ITF coaching level 1. Kwakhona i-visitor la uyi-tutor yethu uBridget Vitsa from all the way from Cape Town. Wena 8 years wambona ngimcoacha nje edlala nezinye ingane lo eziningi. Wathi le ngane icoach wena Emmanuel wathi uyakude lo mfana. Ebuka i-style. Yes, ngoba ingane uyicoacha kubalekile ukuthi i-foundation ibe correct. Show the child the correct basic style ibalekile. Ngoba ikuzomthatha kumbeke enye ezingeni phezulu umntwana.
Let's just warm up a little bit and we hit a few balls. Okay.
I learned that I have to be aggressive, fit, and to think more. Oh, then I have to be like, I learned that to be tough in the mind and think strong, and you have to overcome your opponent so you can think them through all the points and to see where they're weak at, to go at that weakness.
Impawu zengane esizoqhubela phambili inhlonipho, ukulalela, ukwenza into oyitshelwe ucoach. So lo mfana unazo zonke izimpawu. No isho tennis court ufika kuqala bezo practice. Ufika kuqala abe ukugcina okuhambayo esa practice. So lezo impawu you won't go wrong.
The 15-year-old honed his talent at the 2021 BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis Program, and he is one of the outstanding performers of the second edition of the competition. He is one of the 3 South African players selected to attend the international BNP Paribas Young Talent Activation that will take place at the French Open in Paris on Saturday, the 28th of May. Other players include Heike Janse van Vuren and Devin Badenhorst.
Well, I thought they were lying first time. Then they told me again, I was like, no ways. Then the coach told me, then I started believing in it, so I was like, oh yeah. Then I started like, I felt happy and excited. I was all over the place. So I think, yeah, it was a good one. I kind of feel good and excited to go, like to meet them, because I was wanting to go meet them. So I think this is a good experience. I think kind of feels good to meet like other people from different countries, learn their language, so I think it's a pretty good one.
Oh, ngiyave ngijabula kakhulu bafethu. Ngiyajabula futhi ngimfisela okuhle nakhona phela bakhombisa ukuphuma kusiphi isandla. Ngoba lesandla sami asifani nezinye. Zikhona izandla kodwa ayifani.
I think most kids or even adults are going to always dream about going to watch a Grand Slam, and for you to achieve that is going to be a lifetime opportunity for you, and you have to make the most of it.
Thank you BNP Paribas to go to these South African countries. It's London and Joburg, and now I'm gladly going to Paris. I think it's a good one, and I'll take the opportunity with both hands. Thank you.
Simpiwe will be one of the 40 young talents from 8 countries, and he is really looking forward to meeting some of the best young talents from across the world, but also testing his skills against them. We wish this young lad a safe journey, and we are very confident that he will represent us well and fly the SA flag high. Tennis South Africa, in partnership with the BNP Paribas and RCS, recently hosted clinics in Central Karoo to mobilize future tennis stars ahead of Year 3 of the BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis, a nationwide school tennis tournament. Over 60 children participated in tennis clinics at the Beaufort West tennis courts.
As Tennis South Africa, we have got a responsibility to provide access to the sport to as many kids as possible, and I think most especially in historically disadvantaged communities. So our seeing as many kids and schools participating in tennis, or rather introducing them to tennis today, I think is a step forward in the right direction to see a lot of these schools in the next year starting to participate in the Rising Star Tennis program. The BNP Paribas and RCS group, as the sponsors this year, they've deepened their investment towards the provision of tennis equipment as well as upliftment of tennis facilities. I think when we launched the tournament recently, you saw we upgraded one of the facilities for Baikagezi primary schools, and now there's a great investment that goes towards provision of tennis equipment. That includes tennis balls, tennis rackets, and mini nets, because we recognize that tennis is quite a very expensive sport. And if we come to these communities, we need to ensure that we get rid of the barrier, which is access to equipment.
The development of tennis, I got a passion for rural and township tennis. That's where my passion is. That's why I spend most of my time. And this project per se is a start of getting tennis into all the rural areas of South Africa and the townships of South Africa, where the sport has actually died a death. So that's my vision. In terms of development, I think we need to spend more time at this level of tennis so that the talent can naturally flow through to the higher levels of tennis and to the competitive level of the game.
The schools at first did not identify their talents, and now we are busy with those children, coaching them. So we are very proud of what we have achieved, and the excitement in the whole community. Parents phoning us, please, we would like our children to play tennis. Just give us someone that can, a coach.
I started this program, the BNP Paribas program, in 2019, and I finished it in 2020. But I'm still going on with it on my own. I still get my monthly license to work with the kids at school.
The entries are open for Rising Star Tennis competition for year 3. So all the information is on the Tennis South Africa website, which is www.tennissa.co.za. And so the districts event starts in June, between June and August. So all the districts in the country will be hosting their district competition, with winners then advancing to provincial finals, which will be held between September and October. And finals will be held in Gauteng between the 4th and the 6th of November 2022.
The main objective of the BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis Tournament is to increase the talent pool of tennis at grassroots level by introducing tennis in all communities, with key focus on historically disadvantaged areas. We hope that one day a tennis star will definitely come from these humble beginnings. And just like that, time is up. We have reached the end of our show. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can also be part of the show. If you want to be featured in our next episode of The Breakpoint Show, what you need to do is share your photos and videos of your tennis program using hashtag Breakpoint Show, and also tag us across all social media platforms. On Twitter, we are at Tennis SA. On Facebook, it's Tennis South Africa. And on Instagram, it is at tennis_SA. Until next time, game, set, match.
I'm Carol Shabalala, and I'm a proud BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis Ambassador. Now, really excited about this competition because it is back this time around, and it's even bigger and better. Now, in year 2 of the competition last year, we reached almost 800 schools. This time around, we want to reach even more. This is a nationwide tennis team competition that everyone is so excited about. Our target this time around is to reach about 1,000 schools, which includes primary schools, high schools, and wheelchair tennis teams as well. Now, if you would just love to play tennis, or you want to compete to become a champion in 2022, then it's very easy. Just speak to your sports coordinator or your tennis coach to enter via the Tennis South Africa website, www.tennissa.co.za. Looking forward to this year's initiative, the BNP Paribas RCS Rising Star Tennis Initiative, which is going to be bigger and better. We wish you the best of luck.